He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Rivers flushed, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Lock in. Gotta go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The Bears on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6.
Red, up! We're go!
Throwing here, Trubisky. Open man is Miller. He's got it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember is a player. When they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
They'll try and get the ground game going. Here's Gordon. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop.
If you're looking for glory, looking to get your name in the headlines, you do not want to play nose tackle. But how about what we just saw there? The ability to hold people up, take on extra blocks, and actually slip them and make a tackle on that play. That's big time.
Delta! Load it! Load it! Cluster!
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Chargers on third down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 6.
12. Load it!
Rivers now from the 50. Going underneath for Gordon. 8 yards there on a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down.
Left! Hey, go orange 5-4. Hey, 79!
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. And this is going to be incomplete. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Set up! Right, 80!
On first, they go right back to Howard. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Lock in.
This is Howard on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Trubisky. The catch made by Miller. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Hey, gotta go. Move.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
18. Red, tough.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Allen Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have cut it to within a score. A little surprising they wouldn't go for 2, but this is up and good. And the lead is down to 2. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Rivers on 2nd and 10. Caught on the left side by Benjamin. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
Back now here on EA Sports. They only only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Hey, 12. 12. Plus right. 0. Hey, Rocket.
To the air again here, Rivers. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and that's sack number 18 for him on the year. Elsewhere, second half is underway up in Orchard Park. And the Texans, they have scored again and moved in front by a couple of touchdowns. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers, and Rivers after the sack. They go play action. Rivers. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, Trubisky. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he's taken down all the way inside the LA 10. A big play there on the catch and run. 63 yards. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead.
Lock in. Right.
On 1st and goal, Howard. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
And it's caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So that one a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time you had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
The holding penalty, that puts them in an unenviable spot here as they try again on 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Parkey's kick is good. And with that, they have taken the lead by a point here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And now time is called as we've got an injured Charger down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Rivers
now on second down. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Rivers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, I'm going to go load it.
Another tote for Gordon. He's been busy this afternoon. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Set 180. 0. White.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Set. Block the team. Buffalo wall.
Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And Rivers saw something he didn't like. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Set. 380.
On second down, Ingram. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
Set. 380. Shoot. Load it.
Play action now. Rivers. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Set. 380. Buffalo wall. Buffalo wall. Buffalo. Buffalo wall. Buffalo. 5-4.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And now the Bears going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. Down right around the 25. The Chargers on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Ingram again. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. It's caught inside the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Trubisky finding White on a big play. 52 yards. One last shot for Trubisky. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still don't know what they were doing.
As great as this game was and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be